All right, today is our final day of Ghetto Cowboy, chapter 36. We had just left off, and they're kind of kicking around some ideas on how to raise money. And Cole comes up with the idea that maybe the schools in the area would pay Harp to get the kids working with horses. And then he says maybe Tex could show off some of his rodeo skills. You never know. Chapter 36. One morning I hear a bunch of noise downstairs and go down to find Harper taking Lightning out. "Where y'all going?" I ask. "Old Lightning here is moving back to the stables now that they're all fixed up. Besides, I'm tired of him making noise in the middle of the night." I stare into his makeshift stall. "What's you gonna do with that space?" "Thought I'd have you clean it out." I make a face. "Had enough of that kind of work. I need to rest for a month just to recover." He shakes his head. "I was thinking it could maybe be your room, after we fix it up some, of course." I give him a look. "You want me to live in there?" He shrugs. "Hey, it was made for people first. Lightning was just a temporary renter, you know." He pats Lightning like he's thinking of something to say. "But if you want to, stay here for real, this could be your room." The room is dark and dirty, but I seen what we just done with the stable, so I can imagine it all fixed up nice with my own bed and stuff. It might be cool to have my own room. Even back home I had to sleep on the couch. What happens if someone wants this place back? He steps outside, looks at the row houses around his, half boarded up. "No one will want it back except us," he says sadly. Then he looks at me and smiles. "Think about it. It'd be nice to have someone here who could clean up after himself." I nod and watch him and Lightning go. I wander into the kitchen to get some cereal, thinking about what my room could look like. I hear the door open and shut again, so I shout, "Don't tell me you changed your mind." "Yeah, Cole, I did." I whip around and almost drop my bowl. Mama. We stand staring at each other for a long time. Half of me is real glad to see her. The other half still hates her for what she did. But there is still a part that knows I never would have been become a cowboy without her. "Does Harper know you're here?" I ask. She shakes her head slowly. "Why are you here?" I ask. She struggles to say it. "I want you to come home, baby." I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. Just when I was thinking maybe I could stay here, she shows up again. Just when I thought I might be okay without her, she wants me back. I watch her as she stares at the broken wall with Lightning's stall inside. She sighs. "I can't sleep at night. I don't like thinking of you living like this." I put my bowl down. "It's okay. They take care of me all right." "They?" She looks surprised. "Harp and the guys at the stables. I've been learning to ride and all. I helped them build the barn up and stuff." She moves toward me. "I miss you, Cole." I step back. I don't feel like hugging her. She stops, searches for something to say. "I wasn't trying to punish you, Cole." I know that. I look at the rings under her eyes and I know that. But why can I forgive Harp and not her? "We doing okay," I say, knowing the "we" gotta hurt. But she takes it because she knows she has to. "I'm getting help now." That throws me. "Help?" I say. "Why you need help?" She looks at her shoes. "Because I've been feeling over the past few years like I've been disappearing, like I couldn't handle anything or anyone. It was like things was getting too hard to handle." "You mean me?" I ask. She shakes her head. "You were just a part of it. As soon as I left you here, it kind of woke me up. I went and found someone who can help me, cope better, and that's why I'm here." That kind of surprises me. "You mean like a counselor or something?" She nods. I can't picture her doing them sessions, but looking at Mama, she seemed like she really trying and that she really do want me back. "Cole, I know you know what it feels like to be helpless, even if you don't say it. That's what I was feeling. Helpless. I think of all the times I felt that way. Most of the time, maybe. I thought I was the only one feeling like that, and there she was, feeling the same thing all along. Man. For most of my life, Mama was the only one who stood by me, the only one who raised me, the only one who tried. And what was I doing? Skipping school and causing trouble and not pulling my own weight? I didn't have her back or protect her from the bad that's out there because I was just thinking of myself the whole time. I wasn't living the cowboy way. I feel my eyes get wet. Her eyes get all big like she's reading my mind. Soon tears is coming down her face, and I gotta do everything I can not to cry too. She takes a step closer to me and puts her hand softly on my arm. Maybe we can be there for each other again, she whispers, like in the old days, remember? You and me. Then we both won't feel helpless no more. I nod, feel my cheek is wet, and wipe it with my sleeve. Harp abandoned me, but he trying to do better. Now I see Mama trying too. Mama. I fall into her arms. She holds me tight. We stand that way for the longest time. After what seemed like 20 minutes, she's still silent, like she don't want to ruin the moment. She wipes her tears and tries to smile. I try too. You like it here, huh? She asks. I nod. I'm getting used to it. She takes a deep breath. Well, maybe we could come to some kind of arrangement. Like what? I ask. Like maybe you can live with me in the school year, then come back here next summer. Maybe having a break will help us both. I look up at her and I think about our place back home, the neighborhood I grew up in. I wonder if I'd fall back into my old ways or if the cowboy in me would keep me in line. I used to think there was no point in trying before, but now I can see things change if you put your mind to it. You think I can still get into summer school? She takes my hand. I already talked to your principal, and there's a space for you. He knows we've been dealing with some personal problems. He reminded me that we really have to commit to working on this together. That might mean you working with a tutor and checking in with a truancy officer. But if you finish summer school, then he'll consider having you back without repeating. He's willing to give you another chance. Just thinking about all that work makes me tired. Whew, that's how I feel every morning when I look at Hank, Callie, and Hollis's packets. But then I think about this past week and how all that hard work turned into something good. She squeezes my hand. I'm not saying it'll be easy, Cole. You have to put in the work and be part of the solution, not the problem. She takes my hand. I'm just saying we should try again. Don't you think we deserve a second chance? I nod, but just when I think this can't get any weirder, Harper walks back in. He sees us standing there, his eyes moving back and forth between us. He has this look on his face, relieved that she's here, at the same time protective of me. It's a weird feeling after feeling for so long that nobody wanted me. Now we all standing here looking at each other, not sure what to do next. And I think, this is the first time my family been all together since I was born. Epilogue. It's a year later, and me and Harp is staring each other down. Boo and Lightning doing the same thing, even trying to nip at each other. You're not going to hate me when I whoop you, right? Harp says. I give him a look. Oh man, you've been retired from this racetrack for almost a year. You don't think I can take you? He laughs. It is your first race. Even I lost my first race. I grin. Don't you know you talking to a player now? He nods. Just because you made it through the school year without repeating don't mean you're a player. Just means you listen to me and your mama and put in the work. That's a start. I nod toward Jamaica Bob. Bob says I'm going to give you a run for your money. We've been practicing behind your back when you was at work. Yeah, I know. I also know Bob's dreads been sucking out his brain cells. Big D breaks in. Are you girls going to gab all day or honor the speedway with your presence? He's standing there with a red bandana in his hand, ready to get things started. I shrug. I just don't want Harp to die from a heart attack when he see how fast Boo go now. The guys all bust up. Bob and Tex bumping fist. Nobody's laying bets on this except what you call a gentleman's bet, which means no cash. But that don't keep Tex from yelling, I got my money on the boy. Harper can't believe it. After all I done for him, he says, laughing. Looks like they glad to have you back for the summer train. I look over at the guys who's cheering me on, chanting, Bring on the train. Mama's standing on the sidelines, looking worried. She got a smile on, but I know she thinks I'm going to kill myself now that I'm starting to race. She didn't want me racing, but that was part of the deal. Summers with Harper, and that includes the speedway. She wasn't supposed to come back till August, but she's already here a few weeks after she dropped me off just to visit. Truth is, she misses me. I wave at her. Then I hear it. Mama's boy. Smush and Snapper crack up. I don't mind. It's just good to be back with Boo. Ready? Shouts Dee. Ready as I'm gonna be. Set? Nothing set. Harp's still fighting for the land with the city, trying to get them to sell. He's slowly wearing them down and working double shifts, exercising horses back at Philadelphia Park to save money for a down payment. Go! Boo takes a step. Then I yell in his ear, Boo! He takes off and I can barely hold on. The wind sails by me, making my eyes water. Boo's running like he don't have a care in the world, like this is what he was made for. But I hear hoofs coming up fast behind us. I don't know what's going to happen with me or Boo. But right now, the sun is shining and the wind is blowing all my troubles. I look at the ground speeding by and think this is what it feels like to fly. The stables is still alive for now, and so am I. I'm barely holding on, but I'm holding on. I see the finish line ahead and I'm moving toward it, and that's all that matters. The end.
Mama, I have a popsicle.